today's video, I'm going to share 5 big fat loss lessons that some of my clients have learned recently. Lesson number 1 is to give 0 fucks about what other people think. People are going to be judging you all the time, no matter what. They're going to think you're too lean, you're too fat, you're too scrawny, you're too bulky, that you must eat like a rabbit or have no social life, that you must be on steroids, TRT, or a genetic freak. I am being judged all the freaking time here on this YouTube channel. Just the last video, someone made a comment, "Why is your neck so skinny?" The video before that, someone said, "This guy always looks so much more muscular in his thumbnails than he does in the video." The video before that, someone made a comment, "Life tip, don't take muscle building advice from the skinniest guy in the gym. It's like taking fat loss advice from Lizzo." So I am being judged all the freaking time. These people are entitled to their thoughts, their opinions. What matters most is what I think, that I am living my truth, that I am doing what is in my best interest to allow me to become the best version of myself. Now, I was recently having a conversation with one of my coaching clients who was feeling embarrassed about how little he can bench press. So he's been avoiding the bench press and opting for a machine chest press because he doesn't want other people to see how little he can lift. He doesn't want to have other people judging him. Now, there's nothing necessarily better about doing a bench press compared to a machine chest press. Like, I personally gravitate more towards like the hammer strength, like a converging chest press, than I would a barbell bench press, but I'm doing it because those machines just feel better to me. I get a better contraction, I feel better tension, it feels better on my joints. But if you're avoiding an exercise because of what other people may think, you could be holding yourself back, and you're never going to be able to build up your strength on the bench press if you never do it. So encouraging him to, if you want to build your strength in the bench press, don't care what other people are thinking in the gym. This is your starting point. You're going to be building yourself up from here. And when you see how you progress over time, you're going to reflect back on this and think, man, am I ever glad that I didn't just abandon that exercise altogether, worried about what other people think, because now I have a stronger bench press that I am proud of, and it has helped me develop my physique. Another conversation I was having with a coaching client was in regards to going on a vacation. It's going to be with a lot of people who are big drinkers, and he himself enjoys feeling a buzz. But this is the new him, the new version of himself that is going to be more responsible with the drinking and maybe get a little bit of a buzz. But knowing that you want to cut off the alcohol that you're consuming at a point where it's not going to cause you to suffer the following day, where your mental clarity, your mental focus, the performance, your ability to live your life to the fullest the following day, you don't want it to be hindered just because you want to catch a buzz in this moment here. Now, again, that's going to be a work in progress. I can relate to that situation as well. That was a big reason that kept me stuck with 50 pounds of fat. Like in my mid-20s to mid-30s, carrying around the 50 pounds of fat, my lifestyle was a lot of social drinking because everyone I was around were big drinkers. But then I started showing up at these events with my jug of water and I was drinking that. Next thing you know, like, yeah, I was judged in that moment. Just live a little, all that stuff. What are you doing? You're fine. You look good the way you are there. And come on, just have one more with me. And like, no, I had to be true to myself. I was feeling like crap living that lifestyle. I was suffering big time. So I had to make some positive changes in my life, and that water helped. And then next thing you know, I see some other people, friends and family members, start bringing water to these outings as well and start drinking more responsibly too. It takes time. It takes practice. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And then you get to the point where now, like, 1 or 2 drinks, I'm a total lightweight when it comes to that. I can feel a buzz that first drink, so I don't need more than that 1 drink, and I savor every sip in that moment. I find that I'm getting more joy from these experiences because I'm thoroughly enjoying that craft beer, savoring every sip, whether it's 1 or 2, and knowing that I don't need another one for a while here. It's really good. And then knowing that I'm going to feel better the next day. I feel off, like 1 or 2 drinks isn't going to necessarily hinder my focus, my performance, my job, or in the gym the following day. So again, not drinking because everyone else is drinking. Let them live their lifestyle. Let them do what they want to do in that moment, but do what's going to serve you best. Be true to yourself, follow your truth, and again, do what's in your best interest there. So lesson number 2 that a lot of my clients have been learning recently is that you can incorporate all of your favorite foods into your diet and still lose fat, including some alcohol. And a lot of them see me this past vacation here. I basically dined out every single meal, and I did have some alcohol. I ordered a flight at one of the breweries there, and I savored every sip of each beer because it's just a little sample of each one. So I'm like savoring everyone. They're trying to decide which one was my favorite one there. But again, not going overboard. It's just enjoying that moment and then moving on and not feeling bad the next day. Desserts, I didn't have a lot of desserts. I did have cannolis the one day, which was fantastic, but I fit that into my total calories for the day. I wasn't really tracking calories, but as being responsible with my intake, knowing that I was going to have dessert when I dined out that night. There was another day I knew on my road trip from Raleigh to Franklin, North Carolina, I was gonna be stopping off at a donut shop. I made room for those donuts in my total calories for the day. But again, just because you can incorporate all these processed foods and dine out all the time and still maintain your weight or lose weight doesn't mean that you should try to do that all the time. I think that's the big issue with the flexible dieting approach years ago, is that people are trying to stuff, like, I want to eat as much candy as I possibly can, pre-workout and all that stuff. And it's just, you're better off consuming whole, natural, nutrient-rich foods. Trying your best to fuel your body with nutrition foods that are going to allow you to perform your best and feel your best. So work in your favorite treats, but focus on quality nutrition most of the time. Lesson number 3 that some of the clients have learned recently, has been a couple, dealing with appetite control. So one of them was looking at me like his appetite was so out of control. In the evening, he was really looking at like what kind of appetite suppressant supplement he could take in order to control that appetite. But when you look at the big picture, that's just a Band-Aid. It's better off getting to the root cause of the problem. For him, it was lack of sleep. He was hardly sleeping at all. So yeah, part of it is life-driven. Part of it is going to be tough to get more sleep, but there was room to make improvements. So rather than looking at a supplement, you're better off, how can I manage my lifestyle better so I can make more time to get better sleep? The other thing was stress. So what can you do to manage your stress? Of course, getting more sleep is going to help you manage your stress, but other things that you can do to help you manage your stress in that process. He was also like consuming more liquid calories, so that's not very food volume. It's not going to satisfy your stomach. Again, the same as one of my other clients who had a very high calorie target to hit and still lose weight, still lose fat there. But he was still a ravenous appetite. He couldn't control his appetite. So looking at his food journals, there's a lot of like protein powders and stuff in there. So protein drinks, shakes, some bars and stuff, foods that wasn't going to add a lot of volume in his stomach. So a lot of calories, but not filling him up. So he was hardly eating any veggies. So he started increasing his veggie intake, and that has helped control his appetite. Just finding foods, whether it's fats, proteins, or veggies, that are going to satiate you more is going to go a long way in helping you control your appetite. But I think sleep and stress are two big things. Water intake can be another one that can help you manage and control your appetite. Lesson number 4 that some of my clients have learned recently is that you have to lose a lot more weight than you think you need to lose in order to achieve your leanness that you are desiring, especially if you want to have abs. Talked about that in a recent video with one of my clients, Justin, who's like around that 170 pound mark. Didn't realize he's going to have to dip into the 160s in order to really get the details that he wanted to see in his physique. And it was a bit of a mind fuck for him. He didn't want to get into the 160s. You think, man, I'm going to be too scrawny, too skinny. No, it's just a number. Again, zero fucks about what's going on the scale. That number that's there. What matters most is how you feel and that you're thriving, that you're happy with. You achieved your appearance goal, your physique goal, but also your well-being goal, that you are actually thriving in all aspects of life. A couple more clients are dipping from 160 into their 150s. Again, same situation. They're struggling to see that number on the scale. I'm like, God, I'm going to be too skinny. No, you're looking fantastic. And a lot of these guys end up looking bigger and more muscular because they're revealing more details of their physique. So I always stress, give yourself permission to be light. There's some clients who are dipping into their 140s in order to achieve the goal. I'm 149 pounds myself right now. So I don't care what the scale says. A lot of people think I look jacked. So I just go based on my sweet spot, what's going to allow me not only to look my best, but most important to me, feel my best, perform my best, have the greatest energy to do all the things that I want to do in life, perform my best in sports, athletics, be the best dad I can be the best friend I can be the best coach I can be. I want to be in my sweet spot where I thrive, which is where I am right now. And the fifth lesson that some of my clients I've learned recently is that you have to eat fewer calories than you may realize in order to achieve your fat loss goals. There's a lot of articles. You see articles about they eat 5,000 calories a day and still lose weight and all that stuff. It can really be a gross exaggeration of what the majority of the population can experience fat loss from. So especially smaller guys like myself, I do tend to attract a lot of clients who are similar to me. Smaller frame, I'm 5'7", and again 149 pounds here. We don't have a huge calorie intake. Now, how active I am nonstop active. I don't sit basically all day long. So my maintenance calories are around 2,700 calories for the day. When I'm in fat loss, I'm 2,000 calories a day. Not everybody is as active as me. So in order to achieve the fat loss goals that they want to achieve, some of them have to get around 1,500 calories in order to achieve the results that they want to experience. So you really don't, and sometimes it's not even based on what the calculator says. Like the calculator says I should be able to consume 2,000 calories. How come I'm not losing weight? It's just estimates. Those are just guesstimations. You got to pay attention to your body's feedback and make the appropriate adjustments, especially when you hit plateaus, and especially if you can't be more active in your lifestyle. Basically, it's going to have to come from eating a little bit less in order to break through that plateau and achieve your goal. So don't get stuck on worrying about like what the exact number is, because even chances are there's so many errors in our calorie calculations as anyways on the labels and what's in MyFitnessPal and all that stuff. There's a chance if you are tracking 1,500 calories, you're probably consuming more than that. It's probably like 1,700 calories. You don't even realize it there. So I don't want to get caught up on the number that you're actually logging there so much. Just focus on your body's progress. That is always what matters most. So those are my 5 big lessons that I've been witnessing from my clients recently when it comes to their fat loss goals, the breakthrough aha moments that they've been experiencing. I would love to hear any that you've been experiencing lately in your journey. So please take a moment to drop a comment down below to share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback from your own personal experiences. If you enjoyed today's video, please do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. And before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you in the next video.